Hello there, welcome back everyone. This is Mr. Optimism once again here in episode 11 of our career mode playthrough in the World of Outlaws Dirt Racing 24 game. If you haven't joined me before, we're doing four races per episode, excuse me. And we're kind of still trying to find our way. But the format we have is we have qualifying, then we'll do our heats, and then a dash if we make it, and then our features. So here we are in qualifying in the UMP Modified Division at Kokomo Speedway. We qualified 7th. We had a setup of 37% and a time of 12.465. Compared to practice, we loosened up our setup a little bit from 25% in practice to 37% for qualifying. And we were a little bit slower in qualifying by 0.2, roughly. 12.285 in practice and 12.465 in qualifying. So that takes us to the heat here. We tightened it back up to our practice setup, and we're currently sitting in first place, trying to hold off everyone behind us and avoid the wall as we run the outside line. Yeah, tap the wall there. Across the halfway mark. Ooh, that's a direct shot. Gonna have to tighten up our exit, or we're gonna find ourselves falling behind. Finding our way into some traffic, some slower traffic. Oh, now we've got damage. And we're gonna have to navigate that as we finish up the heat here. So we're hanging on for second. And that's gonna take us to the dash. We're gonna tighten it up once again from 25% down to 12%. As I've already stated multiple times in other episodes, we've got to stay off the wall and trying to run that close. We are not giving ourselves any room for error. So we've got to take it a little bit easier. Try to get settled in as we tick these laps off. So the halfway mark, sitting in 5th place. Oh, tapped him good there. It's only going to damage us. And we're riding the wall a little bit too much. Try to thread that needle of speed and consistency. So we're up to 4th place with 1 lap to go. Are we going to be able to make a move for 3rd or even 2nd? Gonna get close. Oh, tight finish. All right. So 4th place. That means we're gonna start in 4th for our A feature, and we're gonna keep 12% as our setup. That's right. We had tightened it up, so we felt like that was good, and we were making steady progress there. As we can see, we're getting around into the lead already on the 1st lap. Since we have a few more laps here to navigate, I'll take the time to say I hope everyone's having a good day, afternoon, or evening. And I hope you're able to get your fix in for racing or gaming, or maybe you like to go and shoot some hoops outside or throw the football, get some stress relief. Alright, so back to the racing here. We are giving the computer every opportunity as we ride the wall a little bit and drop back to 2nd. So on the restart here, I'm gonna try to get our driving line more consistent. We don't need to be that close to the wall. It looks like I'm getting through to myself here in the early goings. There we go. And we just need to back off a little sooner going into the corner and just let that car float before getting on the gas pedal. Once we get the car to rotate the way we want, we can get back on the throttle. There we go. Oh, that was a tight fit. A little too adventurous. Here we're feathering that pedal, trying to get around the corner. And this is a point where it looks like we've gone too tight on our setup. We are struggling to get that back end to swing around like we want. And I say we because I'm including you in this since you're watching, so in case you were wondering. "13 laps to go." We need to come back down a little. 12th place car is already up there. We just need to give him some space. There we go. Our angle into the corner is too shallow for our setup. So I have to go extremely slow. There we go. Get up there into the marbles, so to speak, and we're able to get that back end around a little bit better. Oh, we made me flinch there. We gotta be mindful of that as they come out of the corner as well. Too far into that corner. Yep. So we're in first still. We're holding off second, navigating the slap traffic. And I hope that we take our own advice and don't go this tight the next time on this track. But that could change depending on all of our upgrades at the time. There we go. That was a good corner. Whoa, somebody spun out. Let's take a look at that. So we're coming out of the corner and they just came together going into the turn. I can't tell what places those are. 7th and 6th maybe, or even further lap traffic. Got into each other and he lost it and I tried to avoid it. Got up into the wall. We gotta be mindful if we get aero damage later. That could have contributed. The good thing is we're in the final 2 laps here, and without a fully upgraded car, I'm always cautiously optimistic about our restarts. All right, we got the win at Kokomo Speedway. That's gonna keep us in first place in our season points in the UMP modified division, and we're gonna kick things off in our big block modified division. I'll be honest, I don't know the technical details between the two classes. I think the big block modified may have a little bit less than the UMP modified, but I haven't dug into that. So I'm sure somebody out there can fill in the blanks there until I find out more. So to get started in our big block modified division, we're at Fairbury Speedway. And we've already made a few upgrades. Tires, level 1, upgrade 3. Suspension, level 1, upgrade 3. Chassis, level 1, upgrade 2. Engine, level 1, upgrade 1. So we qualified 12th. And that time was 12.437. We ran a setup of 37% in qualifying compared to 50% in practice. And that practice time was 12.326. So a little bit slower in qualifying, but not too bad. In our heat here, we've kept the same setup, 37%. And let's see how we do as we navigate the new car division. Looks like we're struggling a little bit, trying to find our groove. Drove too deep into the corner and had to slow down too much. Yeah. And we're gonna have to navigate this traffic. Here in the final lap. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, a little bit of contact there. We're gonna finish second. And go to the dash. We're going to change our setup. We're going to loosen it up. No, I'm sorry. We're going to tighten it up. We're going to go down to 25%, which is the opposite of what I just saw. But maybe we... Oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a big hit. Maybe Mr. Optimism of the past knows something I don't. So we're in 7th here. Trying to find our way. The dash, we have these faster cars. Whoa. All right. So the computer's bumping a little. I should say rubbing. All right. Get some good consistent laps here and feel our car out a little bit more before we get into the A feature. One lap to go. I'm trying to hold on for 4th. And just get our corners consistent. Okay, so 4th place, and we're still optimistic about our setup at 25%. So that's what we're gonna run with. Starting in 4th, 30 laps at Fairbury Speedway. Just saw a little wiggle back there. Yeah, yellow flag. Here we go on the restart. So we're in 5th place, 6th place, working our way up. And we're trying to get around the outside, and if we can get our nose in there, I think we'll be able to make some advancements through the field in front of us, like that. Let's see, we tapped the wall just a little bit. Yep, again, we're gonna find ourselves in the aero damage situation. If we're not careful. There we go. Look at that. Ride that outside line right into 3rd. Alright, so we're getting a good feel for our car and how it handles that outside line. keep it off the wall as we make our exit. Okay. There we go. Got to get through these slower cars with some caution. Make sure we don't cause an accident or anything else. Guess it's a good time to note I'm trying to race these cars even though they're the computer. I'm trying to race as clean as I can, even though there's no repercussions if I were to drive sloppy. We're trying to strike a good balance. As I say, I'm trying to avoid cars. I'm running into the back one. Trying to strike a good balance between somewhat realistic, I know it's not iRacing, but somewhat realistic and having fun. Place we can all enjoy. And as I record this, we are about a day away from the NASCAR game release on PC. So we'll jump into that as soon as we can as well. We'll try to get 2 series going here. Still not sure if I'm going to be able to do 100% on the NASCAR game, but I'm open-minded at this point. We'll probably do some live streaming and just one-off play until I figure out the format I want to use. But anyway, back to our dirt racing action. We're in 4th place and trying to navigate the slower cars. We've kind of lagging behind the pace, and we have a caution, so that's going to help bring them closer and get those lap cars and slower cars out of the way. So we've got 5 laps here to try to put something together. And we got our nose in there. Let's see if we can hold on to it. Stay off the wall. There we go. The straight, we can tap the wall on the straight. That won't hurt us too bad. Alright, so we're fighting for second right now. We can smell it. There we go. 2 to go. Alright, now we're going to get our eyes adjusted for the first place car, see what we can do. And we need to hit our exit better as we come around the final turn, and 2nd place. I'd say that's a good start to our season. We're going to be 2nd in points after our first race, and moving on to Sterling County Speedway. And we've made an upgrade to our engine, level 1, upgrade 2. We're running qualifying here at 37%. We ran practice at 50% with a time of 12.081. And you see here we qualify 17th with a time of 12.046. We're going to keep our setup at 37%. So as we get started in our heat race, we're going to see how we can best get around this track while avoiding collisions, at least minimizing them. And figure out where our car's fastest and how we can make passes on the computer. And we lost some time there trying to avoid a collision. Looks like the Highline, as we are still upgrading our car, the Highline gives us the best opportunity to carry our speed through the corners. And so it's a matter of finding that balance of speed in combination with our setup. Oh. And Mr. Optimism's going to cause a yellow there. Running into the corner a little too hard. So here we are on the restart. We're in 4th place. Get a few bonus laps here. Finish in 3rd. That means it's going to take us to the A main. We're going to be starting in 9th with the first one out of the dash. So we didn't get any extra laps with the fast cars. And we're going to take our car setup to 50%. I think it might help us navigate these corners a little bit better. So we got a 25 lap A feature here. Should go pretty quick. That little run-in that they had caused Bell to slow down dramatically, and we just ran straight into the back. Alright, so we got our line that we want, and are we going to maintain our pass? We're going to stick our nose up into 6th. Can we keep it? Bell gets around on the bottom. Oh, right on the edge. There we go. Look at that pass. That was beautiful. Hold on to it. Alright. So we got around 7th and 6th. Almost in one fell swoop. Almost. But they're not going to let up, are they? And we got lap traffic coming up. Hold that line. Okay, so as we navigate this traffic, we're forced down to the bottom. Because they're kind of in our situation too, where the High Line is faster, and so that's where they're going to be. And we have to figure out how to make something else work. Well, can't get our back end around like we want. We're too tight for that. To a certain extent, we're relying on the banking as well to help get our car to rotate. Oh, trying to slide up in there. And so the lower we go on the track, the less banking we have. And so our car just goes in a straight line, even though we want it to turn. Alright. So we cleared some of the traffic. But we got a whole new mess up in front of us. Oh, in the middle. There we go. Well, that was tidy. Nice, 3 wide in the corner. I'm always nervous they're gonna just run into me with a power slide, Mario Kart style. You just have to maintain your car angles, and they do their job, I'll do my job. There we go. Just like that. So we're getting more and more comfortable with our car. 1 lap to go. Coming around the final turn, and 6th place. So we went from 9th to 6th in the A feature, and that's going to keep us in 2nd place in our season standings, Big Block Modified season standings. And now we're going to get qualifying started on our 4th race of this episode. Big Block Modified division again here at Kokomo Speedway. Our car setup is 37%. And we qualified 16th with a time of 13.068. We had a time in practice of 12.67 and a setup at 50%. So we tightened it up for qualifying, and we're going to keep it at 37 for the heat here. So we're in 3rd. Top 2 advance to the dash. Top 5 advance to the main. So like I've said before, we are doing more analysis on every corner that we take. Trying to see where our car likes to be. And all that is to say with our current setup. Every race will be a little bit different. We're always navigating the upgrades that we have made and other factors. So we're in third. We had to really feather it there. We can't get the rear end of our car around. We're gonna... Alright, we got a yellow. So, just have a couple laps to go. As we try to make a pass on second place here. And are we going to be able to hold on to it? I think we're going to force the issue. Yeah. Okay, so second place. That means we're going to go on to the dash and get a few extra laps of practice in. So we're starting last in the dash, 8th place, which is fair. I don't want to wreck anyone on the start or restarts. And I want to see, well, I don't want to wreck you. Sorry about that. I want to see what these other cars are doing compared to us. Since these are all the fast cars, what line are they taking? And we know that they have better upgrades than us. So that's a key difference. But what line are they taking, and how can we try to use that to our benefit? So maybe we should be getting lower down. Well, as I say that, we hit the wall. So we're flirting with disaster here. Trying to run too far up the track. We get a little loose and we're in the wall. Yeah, the light dirt there, right on the outside of the groove. Yeah, there's no margin for error. There we go. There's no margin for error if we enter that high. Whoa, we had a spin out. So we're going to finish 6th in our dash and start 6th in our A feature. We're going to loosen it up to 50% on our setup. And let's see how we do here. So as the field gets going, we had a little slowdown in that corner. Try to get through these cars, but the folks behind us are going to want through too, I bet. Since we loosened it up, we're just taking the first couple laps to settle in. A little bit of rubbing isn't bad. Looks like we got some good speed if we can hit our marks. We're running right up on that 5th place car. And there's the pass. Okay, in the wall. Drove it a little too hard. Alright, we got a yellow. I think it was behind us, and here we are on the restart. Stay off that wall going into the turn, and we'll have something for these guys. Lost too much speed there. We're back into 8th. Light brown, light brown. Yeah, we want to get into that outside cushion there. Yep, just like that. We get our car to rotate from that point and we can go full throttle out of the corner. Watch out for the cone. So we're sitting in 7th and trying to get our driving line consistent. We can see those cars in front of us as they get up into the slower traffic. And it's going to cause us some issues, I think. If we're not, once again, can't get our car's rear end around the way we want and exit that corner cleanly. Yeah, we just have to be a little patient. A little patient. Woo! Splitting them. Look at that. Alright. It wasn't for position, but it was a nice split regardless. Go around the outside. I had to feather it. Oh, there's our damage now. We don't know what kind of impact that's going to have. We got to spin out. Nothing too crazy, just a car losing it up there. So we got a little reset here. In 7th as we dive down. Can't stick it. That looks good. Still not enough to take 6th position yet. Alright. 6 laps to go as we still try to get settled in here after the restart. 2 to go. Trying to, oh, up into the wall. That's going to hurt us as we were trying to get a top 5. So now we're just trying to hold on to 6th. We'll hold on to 6th, I hope, and we'll live to fight another day. So 6th place here at Kokomo Speedway, and we're going to remain in 2nd in our season points in the big block modified division. That's going to wrap us up here after our 4th race in episode 11. This is Mr. Optimism signing off. I hope you have a great rest of your day, no matter the time. And thank you for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.